How's it going, you sexy beasts? Welcome back once again to another edition of Drath Gaming, and today is Sunday, if you're unaware, which it means it's time for another Subscriber Sunday Q&A. So, before we do any of your lovely questions, I want to go ahead and ask you guys a question of my own. Would you guys want the Subscriber Sunday Q&A to be every other week or once a month, or do you want to keep doing it on a weekly basis? Because as it currently stands, there were barely any questions in the last episode and just not a lot of views in general. So there you go. I'm just asking you guys if there's anything you'd like to see different about the Subscriber Sunday Q&A, or if you just don't want to see it at all. Who knows? So let's go ahead and answer some of your beautiful questions. We'll go ahead and start off with Rutwik Mishra. He says, how big is your file size when you're recording at 1080p for a given, say, 20-minute time frame? Mine is way too big. By the way, I use dxtory and lagarith lossless codec as per your video. Just wanted to know. Well, the dxtory does not really do a lot of compression when it does its video recording, so the video sizes are going to be massive. Mine are usually about 10 gigabytes per 5 minutes. So if we do some simple, difficult math, it'd be about 40 gigabytes for 20 minutes, which is why I have 2 terabytes worth of hard drive space to record to. Yeah, they are massive. Using dxtory is not for the faint of hard drive. So if you do want to compress them more, I would say try out a different codec to get more compression, but then in the end result, the video quality will be knocked down a whole bunch, but the video size will be a lot smaller. One thing I could recommend would just be try out Fraps or just use OBS. I did a video on that just the other day, and hopefully that would be a little bit better with your size constraining difficulties, if you even have any. Next up, darthjackn says, hey Drath, what is your favorite thing about the latest patch? Well, the latest patch for Battlefield was freaking amazing. Honestly, probably gotta be the best patch for Battlefield to date. Or, you know, just in gaming general. The game feels completely fresh, completely new, and it's just revitalized my love for the game. Which, the video for that will be coming out tomorrow, if you are curious. As for the patch about Planetside 2, it's still Planetside 2, it still barely runs at 30 frames per second, which is a pain in the ass to either stream or record, and nothing's changed about it. I mean, I like the new sights, but that's it. The Nanite of the Living Dead is pretty neat, but actually just, it needs to be reworked just a little tiny bit, because as it currently stands, there's no point in really hunting pumpkins, because you should just buy everything, which I don't know. I mean, I guess SOE is a company, they have to make money, but when there's like 1,000 people on a continent and only 150 pumpkins spawn, it's going to be a pain in the ass for the casual player to even get anything. And by casual, I mean like at least 2 hours a day, which is a little bit more than casual. Lovely Traxiconn asks, what did you do before YouTube? Well, I worked at a bowling alley. Yay. And at that point I was just like, let's do a YouTube channel. I like playing video games, I like talking about video games, so let's just talk about video games on a video site that plays videos sometimes about video games. That's what I'm working for. Yeah. That's kind of boring, so I don't really have anything else to add for that, so hopefully that answered your question, Mr. Traxiconn. And next up, John Sturt. It says, I have a question for the next Q&A, whenever that is, hopefully today. Do you think games should have a skill ceiling or a certain point where experienced players can be elite, or should everyone be put on an open playing field? Thanks, your biggest frickin' fan, :D. Well, I honestly do believe that there should be a skill ceiling, but once again, that skill ceiling should be immensely high, like freaking unobtainable. The only way you could do it is to have a perfect game. One thing, for example, would that to be like StarCraft 2, or just, well, StarCraft in general. StarCraft is amazing. StarCraft has a really immensely high skill ceiling to where people haven't even hit it yet. Because there's always those timings, there's always those strategies, everything. Which, if you state everybody should be on an open playing field, I kind of agree, but in regards to the game, it shouldn't be the mechanics, or it shouldn't be the potential of your character that holds you back. It should be your own personal skill. So if you jump into a game and you have a starter gun that does half the damage of some higher level dude who just kicks your ass, that's not really fun. Because it's not your skill that's holding you back, it's your character's gear. I don't know. That's kind of like how World of Warcraft is right now when it's PvP, because everything is player versus gear instead of player versus player. It needs to be worked on. Yeah. So, hopefully that answered all your lovely questions. Didn't have any questions today, so it's a really quick Q&A. As a quick recap, a couple of videos we had these past few days was... we had our top 5 Brawlers Guild bosses in World of Warcraft, which was pretty fun. I did a big-ass live stream on that and chopped down the highlights and gave you guys a top 5. Nobody watched that. And then we had the site revamp for Planetside 2. Whole lot of more videos coming out. I'm actually keeping track of a little guideline of what videos I want to put out. So a couple things you guys can be looking forward to is the patch notes or patch coverage for Battlefield 4's fall patch coming out tomorrow. Tuesday will be why ad block is evil and like the worst thing imaginable. Not really. I'm just going to cover the pros and cons of ad block and how they hurt your favorite personalities on YouTube or Twitch. Because I feel like people think that using ad block is a little bit of innocence. I don't know. Some people are just ignorant, arrogant, ignorant. Both of those words really sound bad. Uneducated on the topic. There we go. And I don't know. I would just like to speak my mind about it. A couple other things will be coming out later in the week, but I don't want to surprise them for you guys. So I hope you have a fantabulous Sunday. I hope it has been absolutely sexy. I hope you guys have a fantabulous week ahead of you. And I will love to see your faces in the next video and on the live streams. You guys have a fantabulous night, and I will see you guys next time. By the way, subscribe. It's free!